Hello learners! Welcome to MAGKAT-ON Corner. In this video, we will discuss more about prudence, so we may know exercising prudence in choices. As a virtue, prudence was defined by Aristotle as recta ratio ad jubilium, or right reason applied to practice. The emphasis on right is important. We cannot simply make a decision and then describe it as a prudential judgment. Prudence requires us to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. After careful deliberation of what is right and what is wrong, there must be judgment, and finally, execution. Hence, if you want to practice and constantly apply prudence into your daily life, you must learn the 3 steps in exercising prudence and how to do it. The 3 steps in exercising prudence in choices are deliberation, judgment, and execution. We will go over each of these, starting with deliberation. Deliberation is the first step, never to be second nor third. This is called act of inquiry, which means gathering of information beforehand to attain a good decision rather than a poor decision that we might regret in the end. A poor decision, according to Saint Thomas Aquinas, is a defect, and he called this defect as precipitation, which can be interpreted as laging nasa huli ang pagsisisi. Damage done cannot be undone. Deliberation does not apply spontaneity in decisions because it holds that spontaneity is rashness and thoughtlessness or acting without thinking. This is the error that majority of us do have. We base our decisions on feelings and preferences, not on truth. We must overcome this error. Remember, good decisions are those that are based in a careful and conscious examination of the truth, because prudence demands openness to the whole truth of every situation. The next step is judgment. This is the second step. Never be first, never be third. This step includes weighing of all the evidence fairly, figuring out the best course of action, separating the relevant from irrelevant information, and applying the relevant information at hand. Take note, failure to make a judgment is indecision or procrastination. You can't just think about something forever. You have to come to a decision or a conclusion. Indecision manifests a lack of firmness of character and purpose, while procrastination is thinking about some issue without actually arriving at a practical result. And it slows down or delays an action to a later time, even if it can be done at the moment. Remember, both indecision and procrastination depict a lack of judgment. So, in order to exercise prudence by having judgment, one must avoid indecision and procrastination. And finally, the third step is execution. This step is the third. Never be first, never be second. This is the step called carry out. Failure to put into execution what you believe to be the proper decision is irresoluteness. Remember, you only have virtue of prudence if you actually do what you have judged to be right, because the evidence of prudence is action, as stipulated in the Nicomachean Ethics. Prudence was defined by Aristotle as a state grasping the truth, involving reason, concerned with action about things that are good or bad for a human being. Basically, a prudent person knows the right thing to do in each situation and acts upon that knowledge. But Aristotle also believed that prudence is learned through both example and experience. Once again, the 3 steps in exercising prudence and choices are deliberation, judgment, and execution. The key takeaway from this lesson: we must see to it that our judgments and actions are the results of an honest examination of reality and not reactions to strong emotions. Some examples of a prudent person: I hope you learned something. Thank you very much for watching, and please consider subscribing.